it's Mental Health Month. I was just thinking about you and your team too. And just some of the stuff that's going on, what can we do to be a little bit more attuned to our mental health and especially in stressful times. I've been involved in performance type mental health and fitness for quite a while. And what you do is very performance oriented and very competitive. And so just some of these thoughts. One is, our core beliefs, the things that we believe in or that have been taught over time on how we see the world. They could be, really positive things that reinforcement along our way, hey, great job, you're doing well, you've got this. But they could also be negative things, that's happened in our past, where maybe it affects us the way that we feel and think about ourselves, and maybe we feel negative and feel like we're having trouble getting through, and so maybe I feel worthless, and I see the world as a dangerous place, and so those core beliefs could be there as well. The good news is that our beliefs, we can change them. We're not born with them. We actually learn them over time, and so that means by taking a different perspective, we might be able to change some of those things that we go through. The thing is, they do provoke some certain different emotions sometimes, and just be honest with those emotions. This thing that's going on right now, we might get angry because we feel like we're helpless of what's happening to us right now, and we might get scared, be fearful because maybe we feel things aren't going to change, or if they do change, maybe they're going to change for the worst. And then we might even have a little bit of shame because we feel like, maybe I could have done something different or done something about it. And then it gets me angry again, so that little cycle. So just be honest with them. If you try and hide from them, they bubble up on us, and sometimes they catch us at the worst moments. So just be honest with them, because that way you can deal with them. And that means you can also sit in them, and feel them, and so you understand them. This times like right now, it's the unknown is like one of the most scary things there are. It's one of the most fearful things. The unknown, what does it mean? What's going to happen to us? And so it evokes a certain amount of fear, of what's going to happen. And to kind of help get through some of that stuff, some fear control is just, allow yourself to sit in that space and just feel it for a few seconds. It invokes the fight or flight system. In fact, that's why we have, the fear, calls us to action, fight or flight, save our life type stuff. But if it's not something that's actually threatening your life at this moment, that fear might carry on and we feel it, but we're able to sit in it and say, listen, is it immediate? No, it's not. Is it life-threatening at this moment? Probably not. This might be something I just have overwhelming fears about. And so just sit in it for a few minutes and just feel it. You can do it, you can take it, you can sit with it. The thing about that is also just reminding yourself that, it's not an immediate danger. And maybe, you've been in the spot before. You've been fearful before. And think of all the things where you are today, that some of the scary things you've gone through to get here, right? You've overcome, you've gone through them. And so be gracious and have some gratitude to where you are today, because you did overcome some of those fears in the past. And so there's always wisdom involved in that. Any fear has a little bit of wisdom in it because we learn from them. And so sit with it, take that wisdom, and then just prepare yourself. And one of the things we can do, of course, to combat some of that stuff is exercise. Since this fight or flight is evoked anyway, it calls us to action. So exercising, doesn't have to be really vigorous exercise, but just movement and doing something about it. I don't care, maybe it's a walk or bike ride, since we can go outside now, maybe it's one of those things. It doesn't have to be vigorous exercise. But did you know, even just moving, every 15 minutes, if you just get up and stretch or move, you keep your metabolism going, and you also quell that feel for action, because your movement, you're doing something, but it also keeps your metabolism up. And it also, keeps us ready. And so it kind of quells some of those fears that we have and some of that action, to do something. But, exercise does give us endorphins, and that's a good thing. So there is some reason why we should exercise. And then, of course, use humor. When we're stressed out and fear sometimes take the edge off, a good laugh, might help. A good smile. You can't smile and frown at the same time. And so if you're smiling or finding something humorous in the action, it gets us away from the fear too. So it's hard to be sad and smile at the same time, right? Okay, so then also stress. These are stressful times, stressful environment, stressful job. And so there's several things we can do to kind of help us in that. One is trying to keep a routine. So if you're at home, you got a routine. We don't know what things are changing, what the next step's going to be, on the outside. But keep your own routine, getting up, getting your coffee, doing this, working, So keeping a routine. And then also, control. Realize that there are things we can't control, but the one thing we can control is us, what we do next and what we do about something, right? We always get to choose the next move. And so we always are in control, even though there's things we can't control. And then, of course, relationships, stay connected, to those around you, whether it's, I don't care, technology, phone calls, but stay connected because relationships are important. And then our purpose, what motivates us, stay engaged, keep moving forward, and then feel safe as well. So do the things that you feel safe in, so you have trust around you. And then, of course, sometimes, though, no matter what happens, we do feel overwhelmed. We have these tasks in front of us. The future is maybe not clear. What's going to happen to us? And so we get overwhelmed. And all of a sudden, see, every little task seems just too large to handle. And so when we look at them all, it looks really big. So just use chunking. In other words, take a little bit of time. I'll just work on this right now and get through this piece. Then I'll get through this piece next. Then I'll get through this piece next. And then after a while, we put it all together without being overwhelmed. We just take one task at a time and get it done. And so chunking, it's a great way to get big tasks done, but it's also a way to keep sane when you're working on something. Okay, and then of course, there's another way we can kind of keep our sanity, and that's meditation is one way. Now, meditation is a way till we can sit down and get calm, and we try and get rid of all thought. We try and think of nothing, just mindfulness, be in the moment and in the present. But try and get rid of all thought and just sit in the quiet. Now, the other opposite of that is finding your sanctuary, right? It's using imagery and vision, to imagine a place that you want to go to or can be where you feel comfortable and in your sanctuary. Now, it's active. That's an active vision. It's not trying to put thought out of your mind. It's actually picturing something and being able to go there. And you can do that anywhere you are because you take it with you. All it takes is your imagination. You can close your eyes and visualize, and you can be anywhere you want to be and get calm. And then, of course, to bring all this together and stuff, the ultimate thing is getting through stressful times and trying to remain mentally healthy, mentally fit, is the truth that you are a whole person. And remember that. Okay, you're not just a one-sided thing. You are a whole person. You have a spiritual side to you, whatever that might mean to you. You also have a relationship with yourself. Okay, how do I treat myself? How do I think? That core belief image that I look through. And then, of course, how do I treat others? Do I treat others respectfully? Do I treat them the way I'd want to be treated? To keep that whole too. Not being narcissistic or not being selfish. And also, not being, a bully, right? How do I treat others? And then, of course, the physical world that we live in. And right now we're being reminded that there's a physical world because of a virus that's running around, that we can't leave the house and stuff like that that's happening to us. So we have to be comfortable with that physical world as well. And by the way, that's physical too. And that means that we also have to be, keep our bodies in shape as well. And so to wrap it all up, I just want to wish you all a very good day, a great month, and stay whole, stay healthy, and be safe, and keep moving forward. The power's with you.